പഞ്ചായത്തുകളിലെ താരങ്ങളെ ഉൾപ്പെടുത്തിക്കൊണ്ടുള്ള ഒരു ക്രിക്കറ്റ് ലീഗ് നടത്താൻ വേണ്ടി തീരുമാനിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്. ഈ വരുന്ന ഒക്ടോബർ മാസം 7-8 തീയതികളിലായി മുട്ടിക്കുളങ്ങര പോലീസ് ക്യാമ്പിൽ വെച്ചാണ് നമ്മുടെ ടൂർണമെന്റ് നടത്തുന്നത്. അപ്പോൾ 10 ഓവർ മത്സരമാണ് നടത്താൻ വേണ്ടി ഉദ്ദേശിച്ചിട്ടുള്ളത്. അപ്പോൾ പാലക്കാട് ജില്ലയിൽ ഒരു 10 ഓവറിന്റെ ലീഗ് കാലങ്ങളായിട്ട് ഇല്ല എന്നുള്ള പരാതി പരിഹരിക്കുക എന്നുള്ള ലക്ഷ്യത്തോടുകൂടി നമ്മൾ നടത്തുന്ന ഒരു ടൂർണമെന്റ് ആണ്. അതിന്റെ പ്രാഥമിക ചർച്ച നടന്നപ്പോൾ തന്നെ ഏറ്റെടുത്ത് ടീമിലെ ഫ്രാഞ്ചൈസികൾ ഏറ്റെടുത്തുകൊണ്ട് മുന്നോട്ട് വന്നിട്ടുള്ള 8 ടീമുകളാണ് നമുക്ക് മുമ്പിൽ ഇവിടെ ഇരിക്കുന്നത്. അപ്പോ ആദ്യം തന്നെ അവർക്കുള്ള നന്ദി ഈ അവസരത്തിൽ രേഖപ്പെടുത്തുന്നു. ഈ ടൂർണമെന്റ് അവസാനം വരെ വിജയകരമാക്കാൻ വേണ്ടി നിങ്ങൾ ഓരോരുത്തരുടെയും സഹകരണം പ്രതീക്ഷിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് നമ്മുടെ ഓപ്ഷൻ ആദ്യഘട്ട ഓപ്ഷനിലേക്ക് കടക്കാൻ വേണ്ടി പോവുകയാണ്. പരമാവധി 3 പേരായിരിക്കണം ഒരു ടീമിന്റെ ഓപ്ഷൻ പങ്കെടുക്കാൻ വേണ്ടി ഉണ്ടായിരിക്കേണ്ടത്. അതിൽ കൂടുതൽ ആളുകൾ ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ സഹകരിക്കുക. പരമാവധി 3 പേർക്ക് മാത്രമാണ് നമ്മളിവിടെ അലോട്ട് ചെയ്തിട്ടുള്ളൂ. ഓപ്ഷനുമായി ബന്ധപ്പെട്ട വിവരങ്ങൾ നമുക്ക് മുമ്പിൽ അവതരിപ്പിക്കാൻ വേണ്ടി പാലക്കാട് ജില്ലയിലെ തന്നെ ഏറ്റവും പ്രഗത്ഭനും മികച്ച അവതാരകനുമായിട്ടുള്ള ക്രിക്കറ്റ് ടൂർണമെന്റുമായി ബന്ധപ്പെട്ടുകൊണ്ട് നിങ്ങൾക്ക് എല്ലാവർക്കും സുപരിചിതനായിട്ടുള്ള വ്യക്തിയാണ് കൃഷ്ണമോഹൻ. കാശി എന്ന പേര് അറിയുള്ളൂ. അദ്ദേഹത്തിന് മൈക്ക് കൈമാറിക്കൊണ്ട് ഈ ഒരു ഓപ്ഷൻ പരിപാടിയിലേക്ക് നിങ്ങളേവരെയും ഒരിക്കൽ കൂടി സ്വാഗതം ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ട് ഈ ഓപ്ഷൻ പരിപാടികൾ ഗംഭീരമാക്കാൻ വേണ്ടി പ്രിയപ്പെട്ട സുഹൃത്തും കൂടിയായിട്ടുള്ള കാശിക്ക് മൈക്ക് കൈമാറുന്നു. നന്ദി.
First of all, thank you, Najim, for the great introduction. And first of all, I just want to thank Rpl Club for inviting us. We are so happy to be here. First of all, let me invite my team. This is Ashik along with Ashwin. They are my team partners. അപ്പോൾ നമുക്ക് ആദ്യ കടമ്പയിലോട്ട് കിടക്കാം. ഫസ്റ്റ് പൂൾ തിരിക്കുന്ന പരിപാടിയാണ്. അതിനായി 8 ടീം. ഓക്കെ, ദിസ് ടൂർണമെന്റ് 8 ടീമാണ് പങ്കെടുക്കുന്നത്. ആ ടീമിന് നമുക്കിവിടെ പൂൾ തിരിക്കാം. ഫസ്റ്റ് അൽ ജസീറ, റെക്സ്, Redson, Stallions, Empire, Black Caps, Hunters, the last one Red Wings. ആദ്യ പൂളിലെ 4 ടീം. Pool A, the first team has been we got is Empire. The next team is Redson. The third team Hunters and Rex. These are the teams which has been selected for the Pool A. And Pool B, Al Jazeera, Red Wings and Black Caps and of course Stallions. Okay, any doubts? Okay, ready? Okay, നമ്മൾ സാധാരണ ചെയ്യുന്നത് പോലെ അതിനുമുമ്പ് നമുക്ക് ജസ്റ്റ് ഓപ്ഷന്റെ ചില ലിമിറ്റേഷൻസ് പറയാം. സാധാരണ ചെയ്യുന്നത് പോലെ the team managers will with 5,000 points. ആ 5,000 പോയിന്റ്സിൽ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ടോട്ടൽ 12 players, right? 11 players വിളിച്ചെടുക്കണം. ഓക്കെ, ബാക്കിയുള്ള ഡീറ്റെയിൽസ് നമുക്ക് അറിയാലോ. വേറെ എന്തെങ്കിലും ഡൗട്ട് ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ അതൊക്കെ ചോദിക്കാൻ ക്ലിയർ ചെയ്യാം. മാക്സിമം കോൾ അതായത് 4,000 ആണ്. അതായത് ഓക്കെ ready, നമുക്കൊരു പരിപാടി ഉണ്ട്. One more thing is that 10 over കളിയാണ്. 10 over കളിയിൽ minimum 6 bowlers you have to use. 6 bowlers ആണ് യൂസ് ചെയ്യണം. Ready? 6 bowlers. You have to find 6 bowlers from this league. Okay. League round. Okay. അടുത്ത നമുക്ക് online jersey പ്രൊഡക്ഷൻ അല്ലേ? Here they are. The team embedded. Here it is. Green one. Good looking at the Jackson. 1-star Al Jazeera. Rex. Hunters. Red Wings. Stallions. There is one Black Caps. And that's it. Let's start this auction. I just need to, I'm inviting Arunatan to collect first token. The first taken to talk on the lucky number which we got is 25. And on my right side, the first token number 25 and the player name is Ratish, is the batsman. Started with the base point, 1-star Al Jazeera, 100 points, Redson 200. 300 by Rex. 400, 1-star Al Jazeera. 500, Rex. Back again. 500 is the last goal made by Rex for this player. 600, a new bidder on the screen, 111. 600 points. It's been predicted for this player. Any other challenges? Yes, 700. Rex again. Rex made a call for this player. 700 points has been predicted. Is anyone challenging Rex? Let us conclude here. Pick number 1. Before that, 111 again. 800 points. 800 points for Ratish. Any more? Pick number 1, pick number 2, and pick number 3. And the first player, the first token number is being collected by Rex for 800 points. Hunters. Sorry for the inconvenience. Hunters. 800 points. The next token number is 41. 41, Anish is an all-rounder. Yes, 1-star Al Jazeera starting the bid at 200 by Redson. 200 is then called by Redson. 1, 300. Are you interested? 400 here. 111, 500. 600 there. 700 by Redson. 700 is the last call made by Redson CC for this player on the screen. 700, 800 by Red Wings. 800 by Red Wings. 800 is the last call. Pick number 900 here. Redson. 900. Pick number 1. Pick number 2. And pick number 3. And the player has been sold to Redson CC for 900 points. The token number 56 and the Prashant is a batsman. Is anyone interested for this player? Anyone going? Any bid? No one. And the first unsold player into the bucket list is Prashant, unsold. The next token number 99. 99 on the screen. The player name Kanna name. Started there. Red 100 points, 200 here, 300 here. Black Caps 300 points. 300 is the last goal by Black Caps for this player. Bid number 1, bid number 2, and the final call, bid number 3. And the player has been sold to Black Cap CC for 300 points. And the next token number is 14, isn't it? It's 14, 1-4. It's Prashov. Is also an all-rounder. Start with the baseman there. 200. Are you interested? 200. 200, yeah. 300 by Rex. 300 by Rex. Is anyone challenging Rex? Is anyone interested? Let us conclude here. 1, 2, and 3. And the player has been sold to Rex for 300 points. The next token number is 6. Is Shantri. Started there from Team Umpire. A new 1 star as a seal at 200. Back to Team Umpire. Started with the base 100 there. 200. Red Wings. Thanks for the solution. Red Wings going for this play. 200. Is any managers? No. Bid number 1, bid number 2, and bid number 3, and the player has been sold to Red Wings for 200 points. And the next token number is 32, 32 on the screen, and the player name is Manu. Started there from Mondays 11, 200 by Reds and CC, 300 Stallions, 400 back again to Reds and CC, 400 is the last goal. 400 is the last goal made by Reds and CC. Is anyone? Bid number 1, bid number 2, and bid number 3, and the player has been sold to Reds and CC for 400 points. And we got the next token number 43, 43. The person on the screen is Nitin. Started with the base point by Redson. Opening the bid. 200 by Rex. 200 points has been credited. 200 by Rex. 300 by 1 star Al Jazeera. 300. 400 by Black Cap CC. 400. Bid number 1, 2. And before that, a call made by Stallions. 500 points has been credited for this player on the screen. 500 is the last goal. Stallions. Let us conclude here. Bid number 1, bid number 2, and 600 by Black Cap. 600 has been credited for this player challenging Stallions. 600 is the last goal. Bid number 1, bid number 2, 700. A new bidder in the screen is Reds and CC going for this player. 700 points has been credited. Bid number 1, bid number 2, and the final call. 800 in between. Black Caps back again into the screen. 800 points. Now we're ready to give a bid the player. Black Caps CC 801 and 2, and the final call 3, and the player has been sold to Black Cap CC for 800 points. Next token number is 19. It's Nishal. Let's start. 1 star Al Jazeera, new bullet. 200 by Reds and CC. 200 by Reds and 300 by Team Umpire. 300 by Team Umpire. 400 Reds and CC. 500 by 1 star Al Jazeera. 500 is the call. 600 by Reds and CC. 600, 700 back again to Red 1 star Al Jazeera. 700 points for the big man on the screen. 800 there, 900 by Rex, 900 points has been credited. 1000, yes, it's going for 1000 for this player. Nisha, 1 star Al Jazeera has been credited. 1000 points for this player. 1100 by Team Umpire. 1100 points. 1100 by Team Umpire. Is anyone? 1200 by 1 star Al Jazeera. For the big all-rounder, 1,300 by team empire. 1,300 points. 1,400 by 1-star Al Jazeera. Literally a fight in between team empire and 1-star Al Jazeera. 1,400 points is the last score by 1-star Al Jazeera. 1,500 there, team empire. 1,500. 1,500 still now the most expensive player going ahead. And the last score, 1,600 1-star Al Jazeera. 1,200 points. 1,700 team empire. 1,700. They are bidding for this player. 1,700 points. Let us conclude here. Bid number 1, bid number 2, and the final call. Bid number 3, and the player has been sold to Team Empire for 1,700. Please give him a round of applause. Until now, the most expensive player, this shot, has been sold to Team Empire for 1,700 points. The next token number we got is 85. Chitin on the screen. Redson starting the bid. Started with the base point 100 there. Any more challenges? Bid number 1, bid number 2, and bid number 3. And the player has been sold to Redson CC for the base point 100. Next token number is 70 on the screen, and the player name is 30. On the screen is Babu Shah. It's a bowler. Does anyone need a bowler for your team? Because you need to find out 6 bowlers in your team. A bowler is here on the screen. And the second unsold player into the bucket. 91. 91 on the screen is Shabari, left-hander. The game winner. Start with the baseman, 1-star Al Jazeera, 200 by Rex. 200 by Rex. 300 by Stallions. 400 there from Red Wings. 500 1-star Al Jazeera. 600 back again to Red Wings. 600. 700 there. 800 by Rex. 900 Red Wings. 900 is the last goal made by Red Wings for this player. 1,000, a new bidder on the screen is Team Empire. 1,000 points has been credited. Iron, Team Empire, going for this player, Shabari. 1,100 for Red Wings, by Red Wings. 1,200. 1,100 by Red Wings. Let us conclude here. Pick number 1, 2, and the final call, pick number 3. And the player has been sold to Red Wings for 1,100 points. The next token number we got is 27. 27 on the screen. It's Sharad. And I would like to name as an Ambrose upon account. 1-star Al Jazeera started with the base 100 there. 200 by Rex. 300 Redson. 300 points. Redson 400 by Rex. 500 by Black Caps. 500 for 600 by Redson. 700 back to Black Caps CC, 700 points. 700 is the last call by Black Caps CC for this player. 800 Rex. 800 points. 800 is the last call. Pick number 1. In between, 900. Are you interested for going 1,000? Yes, they are ready. 1,000 points have been credited by 111 for this player. Sharad. 1,200 Stallions. 1,200. 1,100 by Stallions. Bid number 1. Bid number 2. 1,200 back to 111. 1,200 points. 1,200. 1,300. Stallions in the race. 1300 is the last goal. Are you interested? Are you interested to challenge the Stallions? 1300. They are not ready to give up for this player. 1300 is the point. In between, a new bidder in the screen. Into the race is Redson CC. 1400 points for the player. And on the screen is Sharat. Let us conclude here. Bid number 1, bid number 2. 1500. 1600 by Stallions. 1600 no. 1600 is the last call. Bid number 1, bid number 2, and bid number 3. And the player has been sold to Stallions for 1600 points. The most expensive player of our Premier League, Sharat, has been sold to Stallions. Let us give him a round of applause, please. And the next token number we got is 75. Pratish, 1-star starting at with 200 by Redson. 200 is the last goal. By Redson, 300 back to 1-star Al Jazeera. 300 by 1-star Al Jazeera, 400 to Redson. 400, bid number 1, bid number 2, and the final call. In between a new bidder there, 500, they are going for 500. Are you interested to go 600? No. Back to Black Cap CC. 500 is the last call made by Black Cap CC for this player on the screen. Pratish, 500. Is anyone interested or anyone challenging Black Cap CC? 500 is the last call. Bid number 1, bid number 2, and the final call. Bid number 3. And the player has been sold to Black Cap CC for 500 points. One 17. Rahul, Blue Man, Kavika. Is anyone or Red Wings is interested in this? Person, Red Wings start with the base point 100 there. Bid number 1, 2, and the final call 3. And the player has been sold to Red Wings for the base point 100. Next token number is 89. 89. It's money. 1-star Al Jazeera started with the base point 100. 1-star Al Jazeera 100 points credited with 200 team member. 300 back to 1-star Al Jazeera. 400 by team member. 500 1-star Al Jazeera. 500 1-star Al Jazeera. Let us conclude here. Bid number 1 in between Rex going for them. 600. Are you interested? 700. Red Wings 700 points. 800 1-star Al Jazeera. Back to 1-star Al Jazeera, 900 by Rex, 900 by Rex, 1000, 1-star Al Jazeera, 1000 points credited. Bid number 1, 2, 1100 by Rex. Back to the screen. Rex, 1200 by 1-star Al Jazeera, 1200 points, 1200. Bid number 1, 1300 by Rex. Bid number 1, 2 and 3, and the player has been sold to Rex for 1300 points. Next, 74. It's Renchit on the screen. Redson started with the base point there. 200 by Anders 11. 300 by Redson. 300 by Redson. 400 by Red Wings. Are you interested? 500. As 1-star Al Jazeera going for this player, crediting 500 points. 500 is the last call. 500 is the last call. Bid number 1, 600 by Anders 11. 600. 600 by Anders 11. Bid number 1. Bid number 2. 700 by 1-star Al Jazeera. 700 points for this player. And the player on the screen is Rajit. 700 points has been credited. 800 in between. Anders 11 back into 800 points. Bid number 1. Bid number 2. and bid number 3, and the player has been sold to Hunters 11 for 800 points. And the next token number we got is 8. It's Rajiv on the screen. Is anyone interested for this player? And the player goes unsold. Wish to be in the second round. 44 on the screen. Yusuf, one team umpire has started the base 100 there, 200 by one star of the Sira, 300 there, 400 by Black Caps, 400, 500 back to one star of the Sira, 500 is the last goal made, 600 there, 700 by Rex, 700 by Rex. Okay. Book number 1, 2, and 3, and the player has been sold to Rex for 700 pounds. Next token number we got is 53, Ambathimun. Player on the screen is Mujib, started there by team umpire. Are you interested for 4? We have 200 here, 300 by Reds and CC, 300 by Reds and CC. 300 is the last goal made by Redson, 400 by one star Al Jazeera. 400 points has been credited. Bid number 1, bid number 2, 500 by Red Wings, 500 points. Red Wings going for this player. Bid number 1, 2, and 3, and the player has been sold to Red Wings for 500 points. Next token number 78, 78. Sherin Babu, one star Al Jazeera, opening the bid, crediting 100 points. 1, 2, and 3, and the player has been sold to one star Al Jazeera for the base point 100. 1 star. 88 and 88. The double light on the screen is Vishnu Prasad, team umpire. 200 Black Caps. 200 by Black Caps, 300 Rex. Bid number 1, 400 by Black Caps, 400 by Black Caps. Bid number 1, bid number 2, and bid number 3. And the player has been sold to Black Caps for 400 points. The token number 1. The number 1 on the screen. And it's, yes, Vivek on the screen. Rex started with the base 100. A quick bidder. And then initiated by Rex for this player. Bid number 1, bid number 2, and bid number 3. And the player has been sold to Rex. The man is standing behind of us. Vivek. Ali Asper, one star Al Jazeera, an interesting character on the screen. One star Al Jazeera started the bid, predicting 100 points. Is anyone interested? 200 here, Black Caps. 200 by Black Caps, bid number 1. Bid number 300 by Rex. Okay, thank you. 300 by Rex. 300 by Rex. Bid number 1. 400 there. Are you interested to go for 500 points? Okay, 400 back to team number there. 400. Bid number 1. Bid number 2 and bid number 3, and the player has been sold to team umpire for 400 pounds. 38, 38. Shabil is on the screen. Is anyone going for this player? Redson. 100 points has been predicted. He's been credited. 100 points by 200 by Stallions. 200 points. 200 points. Bid number 1, 300 back to Redson CC. 300 points. Bid number 1, Book number 400 by Stallions. 400 by Stallions. 400 is the last score made by he himself for it. Shabik. 1, 2, and 3. And the player has been sold to Stallions for 400 points. 79. Shabarish. 1 star Al Jazeera. 200 by Redson. 200 by Redson. Week number 1, 2, and 3. And the player has been sold to Redson CC for 200 points. The next token number we got is 59. Ampatiyumbal. Shafiq, team member start with the base point number 200 by 1 star Al Jazeera. 300 Rex. 300 by Rex. 400 by Stallions. 400 by Stallions. 500 by 1 star Al Jazeera. 500 by 1 star. 600 Rex. 600 points for this player, Arunur. 700 1 star Al Jazeera. Pick number 1, 2, and 3. And the player has been sold to 1 star Al Jazeera for 700 points. 700. 84. 84. Next up, number we got is 84, and the man is on the screen is Dilip. Dilip on the screen. Stallions going for this player, crediting 100 points. Opening a bid. 1, 2, and 3. And the player has been sold to 100 points.
ലാസ്റ്റ് മതി.
പണിയെടുക്കാൻ നിൽക്കുക ഇതിനെ കൊടുത്തു ഞാൻ വാങ്ങിക്കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ എന്നെ നോക്കും.
അത് സീനില്ല, അത് ഇതിന്റെ വരുന്ന സീനില്ല, ഇതിനെ കവർ ചെയ്യാണ്ടിരുന്നാൽ മതി. പ്രശ്നമില്ല, അതിന്റെ ക്യാമറയുടെ ഫ്രണ്ട് കവർ ചെയ്യാണ്ടിരുന്നാൽ മതി.
Ready, back to the auction, please. 23, and the player name is Pramod. It's an all-rounder. Is anyone interested? The player goes unsold. 18, 1-8 on the screen.
3 ഉള്ളവടെ 3, 4 ഉള്ളവടെ 4 വെച്ചാൽ കുഴപ്പമില്ല.
Ashik on the screen. And the player goes another unsold player into the bucket. No, before that, thank you, Redson. 100 points. 1, 2, and 3. And the player has been sold to Redson CC for 100 points. Next up, the number we got is 95. Rahul. 1 star on the 102. How do you know? 100 there, 200 by Rex. 200 by Rex. 1, 2, and 3. And the player has been sold to Rex for 200 points. 77. 77 on the screen. It's Harsha. Started there from 1 star Al Jazeera, 200 by Redson CC, 200 by Redson CC, 300 back to 1 star Al Jazeera, 300 points. 300 points, Sarudaram. Are you interested? 400 there, 500 by Red Wings. 500 by Red Wings. 600 back to Redson. 600 by Redson. 600 is the last goal. 700. Back to Red Wings. 700. 700 is the call made by Red Wings for this player. 700. 1, 2. And the final call 3. And the player has been sold to Red Wings for 700 points. 26. 26 on the screen. Snickle. 1 star out of 0 started with the base point 100 there. 200 by Rex. 2, 300. 1 star out of 0 middle point. 3. 1, 400 by Rex. 500 back again into 1 star out of 0 pick number 1. 600 there. Are you interested in 700? Are you interested in 800? 800 by Black Cap. 900 in between. This is a new bidder for this player. 900 is the last goal. 900. 1. 1000. 111. 1100 by Rexon. 1100. 1100. And in between 100 is back again. 1200. I repeat the number. 1 then. I repeat the number. 2 then. I repeat the number. And the player has been sold to 111 for 1200 points. Next 39. 39. 104. Ashwin.
The front
Start with the base one there by 111. Opening the big. Pick number 1, 2, and 3. And the player has been sold to 111 for 100 points. And the next number is 54. Number 54 on the screen. And the player name is Sharif. 1 star on the series going for this player. Start with the base 100. Is anyone challenging 1 star on the series 200? 200 by Rex, 300, 1 star. 300 by 1 star. Pick number 1, 400. Team umpire, 500 by Rex, 600 back to 1 star on the series. 600 is the last score. 400 500 600 600 by 1 star on the series. Pick number 1, pick number 2, and 700 barracks. 700 points has been credited for this player. 700 is the last score. 1, 2, and 3. And the player has been sold to Rex for 700 points. And the next token number is 24. 29. Babu. Black Cap is going for this player. 100 points. 1, 2, 200 by 111, 300 by Stallions. 400. 1 star. 300 out of pocket. 400 back to Redson. 400 back to Redson CC. 400. 500 by Stallions. 600 by Redson. 600 by Redson. Bid number 1, 2, and the final call. Bid number 3, and the player has been sold to Redson CC for 600 points. Speed ആണെങ്കിൽ ഒന്ന് പറയാം കുറച്ചും കൂടി സ്ലോ Okay. Next up the number is 15. 15. Rajiv on the screen. Start there from her team member 100 points. Are you interested to go for this player? 200 points has been credited by Reds and CC. 200 is the last score. Middle point. Bid number 1, bid number 2, and bid number 3. And the player has been sold to Reds and CC for 200 points. Next on the number we got is 92. Shabari, 111, starting of 15 Predicting 100 points, 200 by Stallions, 300 by Reds and CC, 300 by Reds and CC. 300 points, bid number 1, bid number 2, and under 11. 400 points has been predicted for this player. 400, the last call made by under 11. 500 by Reds and CC. 500 by Reds and CC. Bid number 1, bid number 2, and bid number 3. And the player has been sold to Reds and CC for 500 points. $73. Sneers on the screen, 1 star Al Jazeera, starting up bidder for this player. Predicting 100 points, 200 by Rex, 200, 300 by 1 star Al Jazeera, 400 by Rex, 500 1 star Al Jazeera, 600, a new bidder on the screen is Black Caps, 600 points, 700 by Stallions, 700 by Stallions, bid number 1, bid number 2, 800 by Reds and CC, 800 by Reds and CC, bid number 1, 900 by 1 star Al Jazeera, bid number 1, 2,000 by Reds and Iron points, bid number 1, bid number 2, and let's conclude bid number 3, and the player has been sold to Reds and CC for 1,000 points. Next token number winner is 49. It's Akbar. Akbar on the screen. Akbar on the screen. Let's start up with the base point by Red Wings. No, 1, 2, and 3, and the player has been sold to Red Wings for 100 points. അടുത്ത 21. Dinesh is a batsman. Start up with the base point by Black Caps. Bid number 1, bid number 2, and bid number 3. The player has been sold to Black Caps for the base point. $87. It's Shaman. Shaman on the screen. Black Caps. Start up with the base point. 100. Bid number 1. Rex 200. Rex 200. Bid number 300 by Black Caps. 300 points. Bid number 1. Bid number 2. 400 by Red Wings. Red Wings going for this player. Bid number 1, bid number 2, and bid number 3, and between a call made by Black Cap. Sorry, 500 is it? Yes, is it? 500 is the last call made by Black Caps. Bid number 1, bid number 2, and bid number 3, and the player has been sold to Black Caps for next token number is 100. 100 on the screen. Subish, start up with the base 100, 11. And this 11, start up with the base 1 and 2. And the final call, 3, and the player has been sold to 111 on base 100. $71. Alisha, start with the base point by team and player. Predicting 100 points, 200 by 1 star Al Jazeera. Are you interested for 300 there? 400 by Red Wings, 500 back to Rex, 500 points. Predicted for this player on the screen. 500 is the last goal. Bid number 1, bid number 2, And the final call, bid number 3, and the player has been sold to Rex. 500 points. And we got the next talker number 34. Radha Krishnan. Started with the base point. Under 11. Bid number 1. Bid number 2. And the final call, bid number 3. And the player has been sold to under 11 for the base point. 100. 67. Srinath. Started by Stallions. 1, 2, and 3. And the player has been sold to Stallions for the base point. $90 on the screen. How to pronounce House of. Thank you. House of. Under 11 started with the base 100 there. 1, 2, and 3. And the player has been sold to under 11 for the base point 100. 2. Please. The number 2 is Rajesh. He's on the screen. Is anyone interested? Yes, Stallions going for this player. 100 points has been credited. 100 points for this player. Bid number 1, bid number 2. And let us conclude. Bid number 3, and the player has been sold to Stallions for the base point 100. Next of the number we got is 42. It's Ranjit. Token number 42, player named Ranjit. Is anyone going for this player? And the player okay. Under 11 started with the base 100. 200 by Rexon. 300 by Stallions. 300 is the last call. 400 by Rexon CC. 400 by Rexon. Bid number 1. 500 by 111. 500 points. They're going and predicting 500. 600 by Stallions. Back in the rails. 600. Bid number 1. Bid number 2. And bid number 3. And the player has been sold to Stallions for 600 points. And the next token number. We got is 63. Adil Timur. Our supporter standing nearby me, Shahid, started with a base one star Rajasira, 200 by black caps. 200 by black caps. Rex and CC going for this player. 300 points has been predicted. 400 by Stallions. 400 by Stallions. 500 back to Rex and CC. 500. The race is on. Stallions back into attack. 600. Challenging Rexon. 700. They are ready to challenge Stallions. 700 points has been credited for this player. 700 is the last call made by Rex and CC. Let us conclude here. Bid number 1, bid number 2, and 700 is the last call. Rex and CC. And the last and final call, bid number 3, and the player has been sold to Rex and CC for 700 points. 66 Alubatiya. One on one. Nutium. Manaf. Manaf and I are regular. Is anyone interested to open a bid for this player? Manaf And the player goes into the bucket list, unsold. 69, 69. Shajir on the screen. Nobody. And the player goes, in between. Stallions, thank you. Opening a bid. Bid number 1, bid number 2, and bid number 3. And the player has been sold to Stallions for the base 100. Chucker number 4. Hakim. 1 star Al Jazeera. Started with the base 100 there. Bid number 1, bid number 2. Let's finalize bid number 3, and the player has been sold to 1 star Al Jazeera for the base 100. 11. 11 on the screen. Rahul. Anyone? Okay, the player goes unsold. 9. Number 9 on the screen. And it's Hari Krishnan, the stylish batsman of Palakkad. 1 star Al Jazeera started with the base 100, 200 there, 300 by Redson. 400 there, 500 by 1 star Al Jazeera. 500 is the last goal. 600 there, 700 by Rex. 800, 1 star Al Jazeera back in. 700 is the last goal made by 1 star Al Jazeera for this player, Hari Krishnan. 800 by Stallions. 800 by Stallions for this player, Hari Krishnan. Bid number 1, 900. Back to 1 star Al Jazeera. 900 points has been credited for this stylish batsman of Palakkad. 900 points, 1. 900 points, 2. 1000 points has been credited by Stallions. Bid number 1, bid number 2. And 1100 by 1 star. Attacking that time, 1 star Al Jazeera 1200 points for the stylish batsman. Bid number 1, bid number 2, and bid number 3. And the player has been sold to 1 star Al Jazeera for 1100 points. 35. Mahesh. Is anyone ready to open a bid? Yes, Red Wings crediting 100 pounds. Bid number 1, bid number 2, and the final call, bid number 3. And the player has been sold to Red Wings for the base point 100. Let's take a break. Okay, 5 minutes. Thank you.
Read out the thing. പോട്ടെ പക്ഷെ ഇവിടെ നിൽക്കണം. ഓ 100 കഴിഞ്ഞു. അത് കഴിഞ്ഞു. മറ്റേൻ്റെ തുടങ്ങി ഒരു 3 എണ്ണം വിളിക്കുന്നു മുമ്പ്. കൺട്രോൾ സെൻറ്റർ എടുക്കുന്നു. ഓക്സിജനെ മാറ്റാം. ഓക്സിജൻ കഴിഞ്ഞത് മാറ്റാം. എവിടെച്ചോ 5G മുടി വെട്ടി ഫ്രണ്ടിൽ കൂടെ പാസ് ചെയ്യുന്ന വിഷയമില്ല, ഇതിന്റെ മുമ്പിൽ ബ്ലോക്ക് ചെയ്ത് നിൽക്കാൻ അത്ര ഉണ്ട്. ഹരി നോക്ക്, നോ പ്രോബ്ലം. നീ രാവിലെ പറഞ്ഞത് ശരിയായില്ലേ? തേജു, നീ രാവിലെ പറഞ്ഞത് ശരിയായില്ലേ? എങ്ങനെ അതിൻ്റെ കളിച്ചിട്ടില്ല പറഞ്ഞു, കളിച്ചില്ല.
ഒന്ന് മാറി എനിക്ക് പുറത്തിരിക്കേണ്ടി വന്നാലേ അഡ്വാൻസ് ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ട് രക്ഷപ്പെട്ടു.
ഷാജക ലൈവിൽ കാണുമ്പോൾ ഒരു കുറെ നേരം ഫ്രണ്ട്
ആരെ കാണണ്ട്? കൊറേ ആൾക്കാർ കണ്ട 14 പേരുണ്ട് ഇപ്പൊ. സ്റ്റോപ്പ് ചെയ്തോണ്ട്
നോ പ്രോബ്ലം.
Hello. I am requesting all the managers to take your respective seats. Stallions, we are waiting for you guys. Let's see. The next token number we got is 110. Ashif and Najib. And back to the auction, please. The next token number we got is 48. 48. 31, sorry for the inconvenience. 31 is the token number. Sonu, start of the basement by team umpire. 1 star Al Jazeera, 200 points. 300 by Red Wings. 300 by Red Wings. Bid number 1, 400 by Black Caps. 500 by Red Wings back again. 500 points. Bid number 1. 600 by Black Caps, 700 by Red Wings. In between, Rex going for this player, 800 points has been predicted. 900 by Black Caps again. Is anyone challenging Black Caps? Yes, Red Wings always there, 1000 points. 1000 points. 1100 by Black Caps. 1100, bid number 1. Bid number 2. In between Hunters 11, a new bidder for this player, 1200 points. I did 200 points by Hunters 11, bid number 1 and 2. And the final call, bid number 3, and the player has been sold to Hunters 11 for 1200 points. The next token number is 96. 96 on the screen. Suresh particular, start of the baseline, team umpire 100. Are you interested? 1 star Al Jazeera. Illa. Back to team umpire, starting with the base 100, 200 by 1 star Al Jazeera. They need a border. 1 star Al Jazeera going for this player. 200 points is being credited. Bid number 1, bid number 2. And let us conclude bid number 3, and the player has been sold to 1 star Al Jazeera for the points 200. We got token number 81. 81 on the screen. It's Manoj. More Black Caps. Starting the bid, crediting 100 points. 1, 2, and the final call. 3. And the player has been sold to Black Caps for the base point. 80 is the next token. 80, 80, in Badr. And the player on the screen is Shivan, Wembear, opening the bid for the all-rounder. Crediting 100, 200 Red Wings, 200 points, Red Wings, 300 by Stallions, 400 back to Red Wings, 500 back to Stallions, 600 by Red Wings, 700 Stallions, 800 by Red Wings, 900 points, 1000 by Red Wings, 1000 points for Shivan, 1,100 by Stallions, 1,200 by Red Wings, 1,200 points. 1,200 is the last call made by Red Wings for the player Shivan. Anyone challenging? Yes, 1,300. 1,400 by Red Wings. They are always challenging Red Wings. 1,400 is the last call made by Red Wings. 1,400. 1,500 by Stallions. 1,500 points. 1,600 by Red Wings. 1,600. 1,600 points by Red Wings. Let us conclude here. Bid number 1, bid number 2, and the final call, bid number 3, and the player has been sold to Red Wings. Shivan for 1,600 points. Another expensive player of Redson Premier League. Thank you. Next up, number 37, Muppattir. The player on the board is Ranjit. Is anyone going for this player? Are you interested? Yes, Stallions going for this player. Opening bid, predicting 100 points. 1 and 2. And in between 111, a new bidder on the screen, 200 points, 200 points. Bid number 1, bid number 2. And the final call is bid number 3, and the player has been sold to 111 for 200 points. 82, 82. It's Vicky, 1 star Al Jazeera, 200 there, 300 here, 400 by Black Caps, 500 here. Are you interested to go? 600 Stallions, 600 points, 700 by Black Caps, 700 points. Bid number 1, bid number 2. In between, a new bidder on the screen, 800 there. Are you interested to go for? Yeah, 900 by Stallions. 900 is the last score. 1,000 points for this player named Vicky. Black Caps, 1000. 1000 ഒരു തരം, 1000 രണ്ട് തരം. And let us conclude. 1000 മൂന്ന് തരം, and the player has been sold to Black Caps for 1,000 points. Next up, number 50. Number 102 is the top number. 102 on the board, and the player name is Ani. He's also an all-rounder. Is anyone going for this player? Nobody is interested, and the player goes unsold. Shabir, 1 star Al Jazeera, started with a base point 100. Get down the side now, please. 200 by Team Empire. Made a call against 1 star Al Jazeera, crediting 200 points for their manager. Are you interested? 1 star Al Jazeera, are you going for it? 300? You're waiting, yes, 300 points. I'm going to 300 points for Shabir. One of the finest player in Palakkad. 1 star Al Jazeera, Shabir, 300 points. 1, 2. And the final call, bid number 3, and the player has been sold to 1 star Al Jazeera for 300 points. Next token number 68. Ranjitar, carrying a trophy with himself. He's a champion. Is anyone? No one. Nobody. And the player goes unsold. 46. 46 on the screen. Saftar on the screen. Who's that? guy. Thank you. Anybody going for this fellow? Safter. Yes.
300 കൊടുത്തു 1 സ്റ്റാർ 2100 1 സ്റ്റാർ അടുത്ത 2300 ആ അതെ 2300 ആണാ അത് 2100 മാക്സിമം കിട്ടുന്നുണ്ടോന്നിരിക്കണം 315 വെച്ചാൽ 200 കുറയുള്ളൂ
200 കുറയും.
അല്ല അത് കണ്ടു 315 വിളിച്ചു അതാ മൈനസ് ആയില്ലേ ചോദിച്ചത്.
Ready, thank you. 46. Back to Sapta. Yes, into the bucket. As an unsold. 72. And it's not available. 72 is not available, and 103 is the next token number. Farhan on the street. 1 star at the zero, start with base 100. 1, 2, and 3, and the player has been sold to 1 star at zero for the base point 100. Next, token number 3. Sharing team member start with the base 100, 200 Red Wings, 300 by Stallions, 300 points by Stallions, in between 400 by Rex. Predicting 400 points, back to Stallions, 500 points. 500 is the last score made by Stallions, in between team member going for this player, 600 points. 600 is the last score. 700 back to Stallions. 700 bidded for this player by Stallions. Conclude here. 1, 2. And the final call, bid number 3, and the player has been sold to Stallions for 700 pounds. 22. It was 300. The name is Gidanandan. Is also an all-rounder. Is anyone ready to bid for Gidanandan? No one? The player goes cancelled. 94, 94 on the screen, and the player name is Prasad. Team Empire going for this player. Thank you, Nader. Team Empire with the starting with the base 100 there. Bid number 1, bid number 2, and the final call, bid number 3, and the player has been sold to Team Empire for the base point 100. 33 from 31. Token number 33. The player name is Praveen Rizaputras. 1 star at zero, start with the base point 100. Ready for 200 by Red Wings. 200 points has been credited. Rux going for this player, crediting 300. 400 back to Red Wings. 400 by Red Wings. Bid number 1. 500 back to Rex. 500. Is anyone challenging Rex? Let us conclude here. Bid number 1, bid number 2, and the final call, bid number 3, and the player has been sold to Rex for 500 pounds. Token number 20. 20. Mansoor come on the screen. That's why this happened. 1 star at the we're going for this player, 100 points. Bid number 1, bid number 2, and bid number 3, and Mansoor Ali Khan going to 1 star Al Jazeera for the base 100. Tucker number 60, Rpl. Aziz, the big man is sitting around us. Aziz on the screen. It's not minding. Aziz is in a furious tension. Who's going to wait for this player? Aziz. And then the player goes unsold. He's ready to come on the second round. 45 is the next top number. And the man is on the screen is Tahis. 1 star Al Jazeera, started with the 100, and team umpire. Crediting 200 points, 300 there, 400 by Stallions. Thank you. 400 points. Stallions going for Tahis. 400 points. Bid number 1. Vadinda. 500. 500 by Black Cats. 500 points. 600 back to Stallions. 600. 700 by Black Cats. 700. Bid number 1. 800 by Stallions. Stallions going for this pledge, crediting 800 points for Tahis. 900 there. 1000 here, Black Cats. 1000 points, 1100 by team and there. 1100 is the last goal made by team and there for Tahis, and conclude. Let us conclude here. Bid number 1, 2, and the final call. Bid number 3, and the player has been sold to team and there for 1100 points. 57 is the next chapter number. Ashik Shilu, Stallions, opening the bid for this player. 100 points. 1, 2. He's signaling me, just finish it up. And it's here. And the bid number 3, and the player has been sold to Stallions for the base point 100. $65. Out of the 3 minutes, $65. Upsell on this ring. Upsell made a call to Subhan. Red Wings started with the base 100. 100 call made by Red Wings. Is anyone interested or anyone ready to challenge the Red Wings? Shut up, please. Bid number 1, 2, and the final call. Bid number 3, and the player has been sold to Red Wings for the base 100. $93. Satish Chelli on the screen is an all-rounder, the finest player. Stallions started with the base point 100 for Satish Chelli. Stallions going for this player. Is anyone? Yes, Rex going for Pratish Chelli. 300 back to Stallions. 300, 400 here. The new bidder on the screen is Black Caps. 500 back to Rex. 500 points. 600 back Black Caps. 700 back to Stallions. 700 points. In between, a new bidder on the screen is Team Empire. 800 points has been credited for Pradesh Chilli. 800 is the last goal. 900 back to Black Caps. 900 points. Okay, let's just finish it off. 900 in between. 1000 call made by Team Empire. And 1100 there. 1200 by 1 star Al Jazeera. 1 points. 1200. A new bidder up. 1 star Al Jazeera going for this player, 1200. Bid number 1, bid number 2, and bid number 3. and the player has been sold to 1-star Al Jazeera for 1,200 points. Caps selection 62, 62. Player on the screen is unsharp. Anyone going for this player? No one. And the player goes into the bucket list. Next token number is 97. It's Vishnu Prasad, Prajaputras. He's started with the base 100 there, 200 call made by Red Wings, 300 back again, 400 there, 500 in between tracks going for this player, 600 by Black Caps, 600 by Black Caps CC, 700 in between Al Jazeera going for this player, crediting 700 points, big number 1, big number 2, 800 by Black Caps, 800 by Black Caps CC, 800 is the last call made by Black Caps CC, big number 1, big number 2, in between a new bidder, 900 there, are you ready to go for 1,000? Yes, 1-star Al Jazeera 1,000. Not ready to give up for this player. Team member backing 1,100 points. I repeat, more points. 1,100. Call made by Team Empire for this player. I repeat, let us conclude here. Big number 1, 2, and 3. And the player has been served. The Team Empire for 1,100 points. The player we got on the screen is Sandeep. Let's end going for this player. They are waiting for this player. 100 points has been credited by Reds and CC. 100. 200. 200 by Black Caps. 200 by Black Caps. Crediting 300 back to Reds and 400 a new bidder Red Wings. In behind of Reds and bidding 400 points for this player. Let us conclude here. Bid number 1, bid number 2, and the final call. Bid number 3, and the player has been sold to Red Wings for the points 400. Next token number we got is 52. And it's here. The team start up the basement. Redson 100. Sorry. Are you interested to go for 200? Thank you. You don't know. They are ready to go for 300. Thank you. 300 by Redson. 400 by Stallions. Every problem have a solution. Stallions going for this player. 400 points has been credited for Nadeem the Professor. 400 by Stallions. Yeah, okay, let us conclude here. Bid number 1, bid number 2, and the final call. Bid number 3, and the player has been sold to Stallions for the points 400. First goal made by Redson. 200 by Stallions. 300 back to Redson. 400 stallions, 400 black caps, 500, 600 back to stallions, 600, 700 to black caps, 800 to stallions, 900 by black caps, 900 points. Bid number 1, bid number 2. And then ready. $100 by Team Empire. Going for his own player. Let us conclude here. Back to the auction. 1, 2, and 3, and the player has been turned to Team Empire. And with a happy smile, happy face, Subhan. Team Empire has been done. The next token number is 86. Sandeep on the screen, red sun color with base 100. 200 by black caps. 300 by stallions. Are you interested to go for 400? No, thank you. Back to stallions, 300 points has been credited. 300 is the last call made by stallions. Stallions, 300. Stallions, you got 300. 300. Bid number 1, bid number 2. And the final call, bid number 3, and the player has been sold to stallions for 300 points. And the first team to complete their quota, stallions has been completed their quota. Good luck for the upcoming matches. 83, next token number 83. Okay, back to the auction please. 83 is the next token number, and the player is Vignesh. 1 star Al Jazeera going for this player, predicting 100 points, opening and bid. 100 points, 1 star Al Jazeera. Bid number 1, bid number 2. And the in between, a call made by black caps, 200 points. Bid number 1, bid number 2, and bid number 3, sorry, 300. 1 star Al Jazeera, 300 points. 1 star Al Jazeera, 300 points. Bid number 1, bid number 2, the final call. Bid number 3, and the player has been sold to 1 star Al Jazeera for 300 points. Next token number is 36. 36. Review. Team Empire started with the base 100. Are you interested to go for 200? Yes, 200 there. Black and 300. 400 by 1 star Al Jazeera. 500 by Rex. 600 1 star Al Jazeera. 600 by 1 star Al Jazeera. Bid number 1, bid number 2, and bid number 3, and the player has been sold to 1 star Al Jazeera for 600 pounds. So 1 star Al Jazeera has been completed and their team. Good luck. And the last and the final token. Token number 5. Again, total. Devadas. Team Empire. 200 the black caps. Bid number 1, 2. And the final call, the bid number 3, and the player has been sold to black caps for 200 points. Shut up. You don't know something here, please. Back to here, back please. Wait a second. Considering you, we are going to the next round. round 2. It unsold. Okay. The luckiest player comes into the second round is token number 22. Gidanandan, team and player. Rising two hands, 100 points. Black caps, 200. 200 points. Bid number 1. Bid number 2. And bid number 3 and the player has been sold to black caps for 200 points. Thank you, the Lapan and team. They have completed their place. The next token number we got is 62.
ഇതിനെ കൊണ്ടല്ലോ കുത്തിവെക്കാൻ പറയാൻ കടിക്കാനുള്ളതല്ല.
Rpl going for this player. Bid number 1, bid number 2, bid number 3. And the player has been sold to Rpl. Thank you, Rpl. They have waited a lot. They completed their achievements. 68. Team member going for 100 points. Is anyone challenging team member? Bid number 1, 2. And with the request of Subhanika, finishing it off. And the player has been sold to team member for the base point contest. Chaka number 1 or 2. 1 or 2 or 3. Start with the base point. Team member going for this player. Is anyone challenging? 200. Ready to challenge the team member. Predicting 200 points. Bid number 1. Bid number 2. Bid number 3. The player has been sold to Rex for 200 points. The next up the number 66. Rpl 66 on the screen. And the player name is. Okay, 66 in last option. Token number 111. Manaf, start with the base point. Team member are going for this player. 100 points. 1, 2, and 3. And the player has been sold to team member for the base point 100. Token number 46. Rpl Saptar, yes, Saptar my Kodikino team member. Opening the base. 1, 2, and 3. They are happy with Saptar. Congratulations. 23. Token number. It's Pramod. 23. Pramod. Card Simham. Pramod on the screen. No one is interested. And he is ready to go on the playground, isn't it? Are you ready? If you are interested, please, yes, lift your bid. And the player has been sold to team member for the base point number. 8. Rajiv. Okay. No one is challenging, and the player goes to team member, and they are hurry to finish. And they have completed the call. The team member has been completed. 56. They are calling for the base point number 200 by 300 back to 100. 300 by 100. No one is ready to challenge. Bid number 1. Bid number 400 back. Next going for this player. 400 points has been predicted. Bid number 1. Bid number 2. And the final call. Bid number 3. And the player has been sold to Rex for the points 400. Next token number 11. 1-1. Rpl 100. And the player has been sold to 100 for the base point 11. 100. Token number 16.
എത്ര പേര് കണ്ടത്?
Aziz Rex.
മതിയല്ലോ, ഫൈനൽ
Looking at the points, nobody is challenging Rex. 207 is challenging Rex. They are ready to hunt Aziz. Rating 200 points, pick number 1, pick number 2. The final ball, pick number 3, and the player has been sold to 111 for 200 points. And last of the number. 70. Red wings going for this player. Rahul. 200 down. Yeah, 100. Back to three. Sorry for the inconvenience. Upper 13. 70 kilometers. 13. Badshah. Usman Badshah. Red wings has been collected and completed. Thank you. Srina. Rex. Come on, and 1, 2, and 3. And the player has been sold to Rex for the base 100. And the token is completed. Thank you for your cooperation. Thanks a lot, all the team. Once again, I'm thanking Arnadak and the Rex and Club for inviting us. They have put such an initiative to conduct this auction like this way. The nice campaign is to put on. Thanks a lot once again, Arnadak and Rex and Club. Thanks a lot. Thank you. I'm signing off. Kashi here and my team. Ashif along with Ashwin. Thanks a lot.
കഴിക്കാണ്ട് പോണ്ടാട്ടോ
The honor is here by me. Thank you. Thanks a lot for covering.
ഞാൻ വെയിറ്റ് ചെയ്യണം എല്ലാവർക്കും വേണ്ടിയിട്ട്